Hello, everyone. My name is Rochelle, and I was an accountant for over 20 years. And I believe that this understanding of money should be taught to everyone. What we think is truly what we do. This is a fundamental understanding into a positive mindset about money and any aspect in life. We are only discussing money today. So our thoughts around money are dictating the amount of money that we have. If you think you can't earn much, then you won't. If you understand that there is more money than any one person could ever have out there to be had, well, then you're on the right track. Your thoughts are literally controlling your mindset when it comes to money. What you were taught as a child growing up does not hold truth into where you are at today. You first have to understand that you may have a limiting belief around money and that this program is going to help you understand what money truly is and what your mindset is truly doing to your life. Do you think that you can make $1 million? I used to think my 8 to 5 job, even with raises, would take about 20 years plus to obtain that kind of money. Now, I was both right and wrong. Well, wait a minute. How can I say I was both right and wrong? Well, if you do the physical math, I was right. I was an accountant. I do know how to comprehend numbers. But I was wrong because I thought that 8 to 5 job as an accountant that I had was the only way that I could do it. I lost that job. So did I lose my $1 million? Let's talk about your dream life for a moment. When I have asked people about their dream life and what it would take for them to be happy, the most common answer I get is money. Money is amazing. I love money and money loves me. You've all heard that, right? Well, if not, now you have. Think for a moment. What is money? Is it not just a means to purchase the things that we desire in life? Well, if that's the case, then we don't exactly desire money. We are desiring things. What sort of things do you desire? Possibly traveling the world or maybe buying a vacation home? Whatever you desire, what again is holding you back from obtaining these things? If you said money, you would be both right and wrong. Money is a physical form in which you purchase these desired things, but you are wrong because you believe that you are lacking the means to obtain what you desire. When I say the word money, how does it make you feel? Do you feel good? Or do you feel like money is evil? When I look at our feeling on money, that's when we can start to question, where did this feeling come from? Where was I taught how to perceive money? Do the past teachings match the situation that I'm currently living in? When most of us are asked if we have any extra money for things, our first answer is usually no. We don't think that we have such an abundance of money in our life that we have money for extra things. Most of us, I will say, do have money for those extra things. We're just saving it for maybe a rainy day. Well, do you see that there might be a pattern of quotes and misunderstandings that you and I were taught as a child or maybe as an adult, have an understanding of how money works? Maybe you were never taught. Maybe you really don't know how to budget money, let alone the concept of money. Well, not only can I teach you how to budget, I can tell you that if you do not have enough money flowing in your life, you are looking at it all the wrong way. Once you change your concept of it, you can literally watch the change of money flowing in, just like the ripple effect of anything in your life when you make even the smallest changes. Other things that people say about money are that money doesn't grow on trees, or they'll question, do you think we have enough money for that? Or they'll say, I don't have enough money for that. Or my job doesn't pay enough. I don't have a savings. On and on. First of all, when you think of money or anything in your life from a standpoint that you don't have it, it creates a vibration that leaves you feeling you are in a place of lack. When you buy something, do you feel like you have lost money? Not usually, because you receive something in return. What happens when you do not physically receive something in return, such as when you make your electric or gas bill payment for the place that you live? Do you take for granted the lights are always on when you flip a switch? Do you take for granted the phones get charged when you plug into the wall? What about when you use the bathroom? Your showers are using water that most of us have to pay for. Not only that, but what about your house payment, your car payment, or insurance? When have you received something from insurance? Well, I myself have had a couple of claims. Once when I let a friend borrow my car, and once when I may have thought that my car was like a pickup truck and I took a little too steep of a hill. These are just a few examples of when you pay money and are not proud or maybe appreciative of the things that you receive in return, such as insurance. With no claim, you pay money and receive nothing in return, right? Well, this is not correct. You actually receive a peace of mind in return. If anything were to happen to your vehicle, you're covered. Very little money will flow out of your life. When you start to be more thankful for the money you see leaving your life to give you all of the things that you have, the more thankful you are, the more you will receive. For every bill you pay, or groceries you buy, or gas you put in your car, every time you spend money, be thankful. You don't have to jump up and down like you won the lottery every time you gas up, but think about the feelings you would have if you had won the lottery, and use those feelings every time that you are being thankful when you spend money on the things that you spend money on. Your energy will be put out into the world. This world is made up of a whole lot of energy. What does your energy say about money? Positive energy is always accepted as divine, and all powers you know or don't know will always work in your favor. If you haven't downloaded my free spreadsheet to understand how to budget or save, I suggest you do so to see where you're at right now. This will give you an understanding about where you might want to be. Once you know where you would like to be, that will cause you to take the next step in action on obtaining more money. Once you understand where your money is going, you will also see where you could cut costs and where you could possibly make some changes to start saving some money. When you do the comparison, the money you make as opposed to the money that you spend, be honest with yourself. You could see where possibly you could cut back on some spending. Well, maybe you cannot cut back on bills, or maybe you're stretched thin. In this case, I suggest you find a hobby or a side job or even a help wanted sign in a window of a business that could give you some extra cash. When you find a career that you're passionate about, you will put your love into your work. When your work is filled with love, you will receive on a level you could never imagine. Try it. You're not going to necessarily see signs overnight, but be thankful and say yes, yes, yes every time money leaves your hands or clicks on the computer for automatic payments. When you understand how smart you are and believe you are worthy of an abundance of money, No one is holding you back from starting a business or becoming an entrepreneur or whatever you want to be in life. You will start to see your life change in positive ways. So much so that you're not only impacting yourself, but you will start impacting others around you. You are the only one holding yourself back right now. You think you're not worthy enough for one reason or another. And I challenge you to understand that that thought came from someone outside of you. And when it comes to your life and what you desire, I suggest you only look inside of you. Figure out what you want. No one else is living your life. How do you believe that you're worthy? Quit believing all the lies that someone else has taught you. Believe that you're here for a purpose and that your joy in life is a right and not an option. When you stop thinking that you're not smart enough or good looking enough or tall enough or where you live or whatever, and when you realize that you are the only one that are holding you back from obtaining the career that you want or life you desire, you can start to change your mindset around money and have it flow into your life with abundance. You may need a little education or a little investment, but if your work, again, is coming from your heart, you will more than reap the benefits that money has to offer. The more thankful you are, the more you will receive. I know this all sounds good. And if it doesn't happen tomorrow, are you going to be mad? Are you going to be upset that it hasn't happened in a month or months? Or can you learn to be patient and understand that there is a period of time to let things fall into place to get you to where you want to be? We all want to win the lottery, but for most of us, that will not happen. Instead of worrying about your money every day, stop and analyze for a moment. If your life ended tomorrow, did you have enough money today? The answer is usually yes. Knowing this, start living your life in anticipation energy instead of expectation energy. Anticipate what tomorrow will bring with new opportunities rather than expecting something to happen in a certain way. You have dreamed of a life that you believed was not obtainable. Knowing what you do now, start to make that dream real. Start with doing what you can by planning a trip or going out to eat or whatever you can to start demonstrating to the world so it can multiply your desires. Do not go out and get a loan or credit cards and start living some fancy life. Do not go into debt trying to show what you truly want out of life. Just show up with a positive energy and start enjoying life more. Live within your means and live as if you are as rich as you desire to be. When you perceive life for what it is in each moment and enjoy those moments as much as possible, you will not question the time that it takes to get you to where you want to be. You will be too busy enjoying life to worry about time. The more energy, the more thankful you are, the more abundance of money that will flow into your life, the more fulfilling relationships you will have, the more you realize that those moments have all been adding up, you'll stop to think and you'll remember where you started. Always remember where you came from. Celebrate the little goals in life, no matter how small. Tomorrow, you may have more money saved than you have ever saved in your life. Let's do a test right now. How much is in your bank account right now? If it's $1, $5, 700, 1,000, 10,000, 50,000, however much you have, be thankful that you are not negative. Be thankful that your bank account is overflowing with money, even if it is just $1. If you rationalize that $1 is not enough to, I don't know, buy things, then you are not understanding that money is a frequency, a vibration, or an energy, just like we are. And the only way to get more of it is to be thankful and stay in the feeling of having more instead of lacking. If you're negative in your account, be thankful that you know it won't stay that way too long and that there's going to be money coming to you to get it back up to positive. Be thankful for just the littlest things. That right there will start a ripple effect in your life and you will see positive changes. Be thankful that you have had money more times in your life than you have not had money. If you think about this, you truly have always had money to cover the things that you've needed more times in your life than not. It just seems that sometimes we hold on to the bad times that we had with money, and we are living scared, not wanting to be in that bad place ever again with money. If you're living scared, then you're not living in the same vibration as money. Therefore, it's harder to obtain as much as you desire. What I mean is if you're scared to invest or scared to start a business because you think you can't, well, that's a negative view and that's what will carry out. You won't invest, nor will you start a business. This is because you will not think things will go right and not take risks. You have to understand that taking risks are how people make a lot of money. I was an accountant for over 20 years and not much of a risk taker. I too had to listen to myself and understand what kind of life I desired. I laid it all out to see how much money I would need, and I took a risk to end the job that I was working and get in my creative mind to create these programs to help everyone in life get to where you can say that you truly enjoy your life. I do not suggest you quit any job. It will be real easy to pick up another job or a hobby or a side job in your spare time. Do not add more stress into your life with having money not coming in. I had a savings account and I understand money from not only an accountant standpoint, but from a frequency standpoint on what money truly is. Again, do not quit your jobs. Add to them until you are making more money at your hobby than you are at your current job. The choice is yours, just like everything in life. Your perception, your thoughts, and your actions make you exactly who you are and how much money you can obtain for your desires. Be positive, be thankful. You heard me mention money as a frequency or a vibration. It can come in paper form, but I see a lot of money coming across my computer. So technically, that's just ones and zeros. Money, just like everything in life, is a frequency. It is not bad and it's not good. Money just is. The sun, the moon, rain, they're not bad or good. They just are. When you realize that money exists to satisfy our needs and wants, you start to understand that it's not the physical money that you actually desire, that it's all the things that we can buy with money that we desire. Vacations, houses, cars, clothes, whatever. Things and opportunities are what we want money for. Start to erase any negative thoughts on what money is or isn't, and start seeing money for what it can do for you. If you think it's hard to obtain, then you are undoubtedly putting that kind of pressure on yourself, making it hard for you to obtain money. Money is a reward for services rendered in the marketplace of needs. Simply put, your job provides something for the marketplace, and you can contribute to that job. You also could create works of art in a marketplace of needs and make money that way too. You could be an architect or an accountant or a life coach and provide services to people. You understand that money is just a reward for the services that you give. You could create things that people need, and money is a reward for the things you create in your time you put into it. Try making a painting. Put a nominal price tag on it and see what happens. The more time and your ability, your love, your passion that you put into that painting, the more someone will be willing to pay for it. Money is the means in which we obtain our desires. Be thankful for all the money that flows both into and out of your life. People who are rich in money have multiple sources of income. I thought accounting was the only way I could make money. I went from working in offices for a very long time to working at home once I had my kids. Just changing my perspective from an office to a home, to my own home, I had the opportunity to make more money for less time that I was putting into it. There was one year for about 3 months, I was getting paid double my income. And that was the most money I have ever made in my life. I was doing it all working from home. This made me not only feel rich in money, but also with life. I realized then that I needed to find more jobs like that, and I was successful until COVID came around. Now, how do you make your money work for you? How do you physically obtain the money you desire? You can invest your money. You work on high income producing tasks and not low income producing tasks. Also, how you treat your dollars that you already have will determine how many more dollars you will receive. What do these mean? Investing, you can invest into a savings account, stocks, bonds, crypto. You could buy rental houses. There are plenty of investing opportunities. High income producing tasks rather than low income producing tasks. Well, if you're making something to sell, work on making things rather than responding to emails or phone calls. And I'm not saying ignore these, but set aside time each day that you're going to respond to both emails and phone calls, and leave the rest of the time for your creativity side to come through. If you're servicing people in one way, work on finding new people to grow your business and set aside the non-income producing tasks for later. If you work somewhere, you can ask your current job if there are any more productive ways to handle your job so you could possibly take on more tasks. When you come from a standpoint that you are willing to make the business more money, you will have them looking at you in a very high regard. There may not be opportunities where you work, so instead of relaxing when you get home, start working on a side hustle or a hobby that you could profit from. Start looking for places online to join groups where you can post your products or your service and interact with people. Let's break down how you treat your dollars determines how many more dollars you will receive. Well, when you figure out you spend your money on necessities such as a house and car and food, anything you have left over is where you get to make a choice of what you really do with your money. A lot of people take the extra money they have each week left over from a paycheck and spend it. They spend it on things to temporarily satisfy their materialistic wants. If you want to be rich, you have to invest those extra dollars, not on dining out or an extra pair of shoes or a game or whatever. You have to invest them into a savings account and possibly for a peace of mind to be able to vacation every year or being there for life's bigger issues that may be presented. You need to invest your money into buying products that you could possibly resell. Maybe buy a raw material and build something to sell. You can invest into a program for your future. I would rather have you invest into yourself first and look to outsourcing plans of investments later on. I, for example, invested my money into a website where I can have my videos for everyone to purchase, like you did buying this video. The possibilities are endless. How do you make some fast cash? Well, number one, you can always sell something. I know you say, yeah, it's easy to sell something. Well, I challenge you to do it the next time you need money. In fact, actually, I challenge you to sell something right now and put the money away in savings. Selling is easy to people who need what you're selling, but marketing your product to the masses may not be as easy as what you think. Go do some research. See what's selling fast and how the ad was written. You can always learn something from someone else. Someone else's mistakes and their victories. People have some wonderful stories on how to make money and what not to do. You can always resell something. There's a possibility that someone out there exists just like me, and I know that they do. I have stuff that's in my garage from my move that needs to be sold. I don't have the time or the want to go do it. So I would happily pay someone a portion of my sale if they would sell it for me. In fact, I'd probably just give them the majority of the sale money because they would be doing all the work. This could be you. Talk to your neighbors. Put yourself on Craigslist for what you can do and see what kind of work that you could possibly do for others. You could take your hobbies and your services that you know already and maybe make a podcast or a YouTube video, put it out there for others to see. There are always ways of monetizing off of these videos or recordings by getting like affiliates or finding advertising. I am not the most proficient one to speak of these ways as I'm new to this, but there are others monetizing off this majorly. You could always make a t-shirt and sell them to groups on Facebook, for example. Go on Facebook, find a group, see what they're passionate about. Go to a t-shirt website, order some t-shirts, design them in a way that would resonate with the group that you're trying to sell them to. Yes, it's that easy to find groups and make t-shirts. It just takes your time and creativity to sell it. You could always barter for something you don't use anymore and trade up for better things. I have heard that a person starts with a paperclip and ends up trading 13 different things and gets a house in the end. You can Google the red paperclip guy. Do you maybe have some unclaimed property? This is as simple as finding out the state or that you live in or a state that you possibly have lived in the past. See if you have any old accounts that have money in them. There are also things to do if you are tech savvy. You can do a simple domain redirect. You can be a website's affiliate and do marketing for them. I will have an affiliate program to offer in the future. The list is endless in which the ways that we can make money. If you ever feel like you're not smart enough or that there's not enough money for us to all enjoy, I challenge you to go figure out where you got this way of thinking from. Why would we exist in a world where we are presented with so many opportunities, yet 95% of the population does not have the majority of the money. The truth is, we were conditioned this way. Society, our parents, their parents, and so on have never been open to the possibility that was right under their noses. They chose to believe that they had to work hard for their money. I believe you should work hard in life for a good life, but let money do the work for you. You are good enough. You are smart enough. And the more you are relaxed, the more you're in a creative mind, and the possibilities are endless for you. If you remember only one thing from this program, remember that it all comes down to how you invest your time, your energy, and your money. If you're always seeking other ways to make money, well, then you'll never be poor. The number one rule to being rich with money is money coming from different sources. When you have multiple sources of income, you multiply your income significantly. Go ahead and see the attached PDF. Make a list of things that you could be doing right now to obtain more money. Make another list about how to think more positive about money. I've provided a couple of examples. Again, don't quit your job, but use it as leverage to get you to the place to where you want to be. Save as much as you can along the way and be thankful every step. Check out my next video of living a positive life. It shows you how to stay in the frequency of being thankful.